Yo, so the chapter 506 spoilers of Fairy Tail have just been released, and to say the very least, these spoilers are really awesome. I'm excited to read this chapter in its entirety once it's released, but nevertheless, without further ado, let's just go ahead and take a look at the spoilers for Fairy Tail chapter 506. So, as a recap, last chapter we witnessed the death of Makarov, a very sad death to say the very least. So this chapter actually starts off with some grieving, which is to be expected. We actually have Mavis crying, and apparently she's remembering that the fact that she named Makarov, which is really sad to say the very least. Then Loxus actually comes in to calm Mavis down, which, to be honest, in my opinion, is very out of character for Loxus. I was actually someone who believed that Loxus would come in, just guns a-blazing, and go completely destroy someone out of anger, but he seems really calm and humble in this moment. Another reason why I believe that Loxus has changed so much and deserves to be Guildmaster of Fairy Tail in the future. Nevertheless, we then get to actually see Eileen in all of her cockiness. She says that a good portion of the soldiers are gone, but even with this, she's not fearful in the slightest, and that the 12 are fine. She really has confidence in the remaining spring, and I'm really excited to see where the Alvarez side goes from here, with so many of their soldiers now down out of the battle. Then we cut to what all of us have been waiting for, more development on Natsu versus Gray. We just resumed this fight. It's looking more insane than ever. None of them are giving up any ground room whatsoever, and we're actually witnessing Natsu transform into more of a demon. We see his claws growing. This is truly, absolutely insane, and as I said before, none of them are giving up, but then again, Gray seeming to actually be taking a little bit of a beating, not too much to the extent of him being taken down at any time soon, but it's definitely evident that Natsu's pulling ahead slightly within this fight. Now, actually following this, Urza actually steps in and defuses the fight almost entirely from what it seems. Natsu and Gray essentially snap out of it, and from what it looks like, they do this because it's evident that Urza has been crying because of Makarov's death. We've seen it before. Nobody gets away with making Urza cry, especially in Natsu's case. Taking another look at the panel, though, if you look really closely, you can actually make out the fact that her arms seem to have actually shattered while deflecting one of the punches, more specifically Gray's punch. I don't know what this will lead to, but I felt as if it was a good thing to point out. But nevertheless, I don't really know how I feel about this. Bottom line, I think it's fucking bullshit, and this is just stupid at this point. Urza, out of all people, to just fucking end the Natsu versus Gray fight. I mean, like, in a way, it's quite comical, and in a way, nostalgic as well, because in the past, Urza tended to defuse all the Natsu versus Gray fights. But for fuck's sakes, this is Natsu E.N.D. versus what seems to be Gray's ultimate power as a Devil Slayer. And Urza, of all people, why? What? This makes no fucking sense. But yeah, besides all of that, I don't want to go ahead and go on with that. We end these spoilers off with the name of chapter 507 being entitled Tears. I don't know how I feel about this. I like these spoilers, and just as I said before, I'm really excited for the chapter, but the way that Natsu vs. Gray was stopped was completely and utterly fucking bullshit, and I'm not for that. Nevertheless, don't forget to leave a like on this video to show your support. Subscribe if you haven't. I'll go and see you guys tomorrow for another Fairy Tail video. Peace.